The city is on the brink of collapse. Outboxero09's grip on the controller is a death grip. He's been playing Legends of Heroes for years, and his fingers have memorized every possible move. The city's gates are about to close, and the game is about to reset. He feels a surge of adrenaline as he logs in. His name flashes on the screen, Outboxero09.
Password remembered.
Outboxero09 takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of his character's body on his shoulders. He's Yuda Bale, the best player in the game, and he's about to face a new challenge. His eyes scan the screen, searching for any sign of trouble. This is it, the moment of truth. The rankings are up, and the world is watching.
This month's rankings are up. Outboxero09 sits at rank points, while Yellow Tempest trails closely behind points. The numbers are staggering, but the real question is, what will happen next?
Will the top two maintain their position, or will a new challenger emerge? Yeah, this facius definitelythetoff, Udabale the second Sanoff being you young master. May I enter? Young master. Enor. Blaze realizes he's inside Yuda Bale's body. Memories flood his mind, and he understands the context. He's Yuda Bale, a young man from a noble family. His trusty maid, Maya, must be somewhere nearby. Blaze's eyes widen as he sees Maya standing in front of him, looking concerned. He tries to speak, but his voice catches in his throat. Maya explains that she's Yuda Bale's exclusive maid and has been taking care of him. Blaze's mind reels as he tries to process the situation. He needs to get his thoughts together and figure out what's happening. Maya's words are like a lifeline. He's not alone.
Stop, you're wrong.
Maya's words cut through the chaos in Blaze's mind, and he focuses on the present moment. He tries to compose himself, but his hands still shake. Maya informs him that his fiancée, Cordelia Chase, is waiting in the reception room.
Blaze's hand trembles as he reaches out, and the yellow tempest grows more intense, threatening to consume him whole in a maelstrom of chaos and uncertainty. Blaze's reality is shattered as he's forced to confront the dark truth of his engagement to Cordelia Chase, losing all sense of identity and purpose in the game world he thought he controlled. The yellow tempest mirrors Blaze's reflection, its intensity heightening with every passing moment, leaving him wondering if he's being led into a trap, or if this is a desperate attempt to break free from the game's hold.
The people who subscribe are the ones who finish the arc. Don't get left out. Manwa with Hari. Echo stands frozen, eyes fixed on the figure before him. His face is twisted in a mix of shock and rage. The words "ending maker" etched on his forehead seem to mock him. Young Master Dorian's words cut through the air like a cold blade. You should have stayed out of this. Echo's hands clench into fists, and for a moment, the world stops.
You're not the only one who's been here.
Echo's gaze snaps up, the corner of his mouth twitching in a snarl. What comes next changes everything. A calm washes over Echo, but his voice betrays his unease. He takes a step forward, his words hesitant. Nora, let's calm down. The stakes rise. Every second matters. Ha! It's Noth North for no reason. Huh? This cold despidiate being some. Yellow Tempest. Uller. Outboxero 9. H, can I try something that I've been thinking of since early? Hey, you too? Hey, me too. To make things worse, it's difficult to get cure. Now that I think about it, it's pretty unfair. Widda Diudab. An overpowered character like Helion or Maximilian would have be anyways. I was pretty sick 2 days ago. To the extent that I wait a minute, doesn't that mean Yuri completely fine right now? I have the 9 Since birth? You yell.
Brian's mind is shattered as he unravels the truth. He's trapped in a never-ending game, forced to live a reality created by the very characters he once obsessed over. Uter Bale's desperation to regain his mana is eclipsed by the crushing realization that his life is now a perpetual simulation, devoid of true purpose or control. His fate hangs precariously in the balance. The fate of the entire world hangs by a thread as Brian and Uter stumble upon a horrifying truth. Their reality is not what it appears to be, leaving the very fabric of existence vulnerable to the whims of the game's creators.
Not everyone finds recaps this good, but you did. Protect that advantage. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. And that's not even the worst part. The martial artist and the woman are already on their way to the Balkine mountain ranges. They're walking side by side, and it's clear they're both thinking. The martial artist says, "Since this is a party play, you're not going to be playing alone the whole time, right?" The woman looks at him, her eyes narrowed, and says, "Well, I realize that. So, what do you want?" The martial artist grins, and his eyes are already locked on a goal. He says, "We need to find that item, and we need to do it fast." The answer is already too late. Ha! At the weather. And that's not even the worst part. Uter Bale's lack of awareness is just the beginning of their problems. What if they can't even communicate effectively?
The key action or twist of this chapter is Brian's eyes narrow as he calculates the risks, his hands clenched with a cold determination, as the fate of Outboxer 009 hangs precariously in the balance. The emotional stakes are, Cordelia's fragile trust in Outboxer 009 is shattered, her faith in his leadership crumbling as she's forced to confront the depths of his darker nature, leaving her reeling with uncertainty. The cliffhanger is, Brian's silence hangs ominously in the air, his unspoken thoughts whispering ominous warnings, as the very foundation of their quest begins to crumble, leaving the future fraught with treacherous uncertainty.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. New chapters every week, no ads on your feed. Kai and Ivy are standing at the edge of the rooftop, the city spread out before them like a puzzle to be solved. They've got an agreement, one that's going to get them out of this mess. Kai's got his eyes fixed on the ground far below, his voice steady as he says, "All right, we do this. We might actually have a chance to change the ending." Ivy's lips are pressed into a thin line, her eyes flashing with a mix of fear and determination. Her voice is low, even as she says, "You're insane.
We'll make use of the fact that we're engaged.
Besides, you're not doing everything. I also did something. The request to go on a date to the flower field. Ina Horse Maya was watching me write the entire letter. She even recom. Coel, it was better than what you shouted to those two early. Do you want to die? But anyway, let's get going. I'll lead the way." 10 minutes later. Huff, huff, huff. Ugh. Knocked down. HP, weren't you going to take the lead? Hey, are you alright? I'm not okay. Seal and so disease. He is really weak, huh? Please carry me on your back. What? Carry me on your back. Wayne too. Get there on time. Nora's voice cuts through the chaos, but Kai's not convinced. Hans Lie's gang is a powerful monster, and they need to be prepared for anything. He focuses on the temple, trying to clear his mind.
It's here. The place where Hans Lie's gang is sealed.
Kai nods, trying to reassure Nora. He remembers his plan, but he's not sure if it's enough. He asks her to hand over the item he told her to bring.
Roger.
The scene unfolds with a breathtaking intensity as the temple comes into view, eerily mirroring the game's setup, leaving Kai and Nora on high alert with no clear plan to take down the powerful monster, Hans Lie's gang. Nora's voice cuts through the tension, but Kai's wariness remains, fueled by the uncertainty of what's real and what's just the game, leaving him to question whether he can trust his own mind. As they step into the temple, Hans Lie's gang's presence awakens a sense of dread within Kai, who turns to Nora, desperate for a solution, but her ominous warning hangs in the air, leaving his fate hanging precariously in the balance.
Your weekend isn't complete without a new chapter recap. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari now. The game's greatest achievement in your hands, ***, we're in a desperate situation. Folks, Veilstein and the unnamed character are hold on for dear life. Their goal is to restrain a demon, and they're running low on time. Veilstein is feeling the pressure, his hands are shaking, and his breathing is getting shallower. He's keeping it together, but the situation is getting dire. The demon is shaking, and the yellow circle is starting to break. Veilstein is activate the magic circle, but it's not working. Something is blocking him. His voice is shaking as he says, "Mavno!" The demon is breaking free. A massive explosion is about to happen. Veilstein is hold on, but it's too late. The magic circle was activated, but it's not stopping the demon. Hanselai's gang is being restrained by the chains, but the demon is still shaking. Veilstein is keeping him contained, but it's a losing battle. The demon's power is too much for him. He's feeling the pressure, and his body is starting to give out. His voice is hoarse as he says, "The magic circle was definitely activated. It's a success, but at what cost? The demon is being restrained, but Veilstein is exhausted. He's feeling suppressed by the intense pressure. He looks around, worried about what's going to happen next. He sees Cordelia, and his face lights up with a mix of relief and concern. Outboxer 009's eyes narrow. He knows he's not the one who's going to get it done. He needs Sandstorm, his rival, to get into position. Sandstorm is known for her quick reflexes and sharp instincts. She's got to be the one to grab the staff. And that's not even the worst part. What comes next changes everything. Rattle, I got it. Run. Oh yeah, we got it. Insects. Whoa. Outboxer 009 is getting slammed on the ground. His legs just gave out from under him. He can't get up, and Hanselai's gang is closing in for the kill. Outboxer needs to think fast, or they'll be the one facing the end. Hanselai's gang begins to transform, its powers surging to new heights. Outboxer and Sandstorm exchange a nervous glance. They know Hanselai's gang is not supposed to be this strong at this point in the game. Something's off. Outboxer's gamer mind is racing. He calculates the experience points pouring in with Sandstorm by his side. She lets out a curt laugh, and for a moment, Outboxer wonders if she's as frustrated as he is. The two of them need to restrain Hanselai's gang, and fast, or risk unleashing chaos on the entire city. Outboxer's eyes dart towards Sandstorm, and she gives him a short nod. The stakes are clear, keep Hanselai's gang contained, and they might just stand a chance.
Hanselai's gang transforms into a monstrous form, its powers surging to new heights as Outboxer and Sandstorm exchange a nervous glance, knowing they've entered uncharted territory. Outboxer's gamer instincts collide with his growing unease as he's forced to confront the chaos he's unleashed, while Sandstorm's hint of frustration reveals a deeper emotional investment in this outcome. The unpredictable trajectory of this fight hangs precariously in the balance as Hanselai's gang's ferocity intensifies, leaving Outboxer and Sandstorm racing against time to survive its unrelenting onslaught.
We're building the ultimate Manwa guild right here. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari and join the ranks. Chaos Unleashed ***. Cordelia is heal her 9 severed meridians, but it's a slow process. She needs to melt all the extreme energy blocking her circulatory system, and it'll take time. Uter is struggling to keep up, his legs weak and unresponsive.
What do you think you're doing? Do you want to get beat up too? But the system won't let them rest.
Cordelia looks confused, unsure of what's going on. What was that? She asks. Uter's words are a mystery to her. He sounds upset, frustrated with his own limitations.
It's still a long time until the friendship event, which is a large-scale event of Legend of Heroes.
Cordelia's gaze locks onto Uter's wounded expression, piercing through the mask of control, as the truth shatters the fragile calm between them. Cordelia's words have cut deep, exposing Uter's raw emotions, forcing him to confront the vulnerability he's desperately tried to hide from her and himself. As Uter's eyes flash with anger, Cordelia's finger hovers over the letter in her hand, poised to reveal the secret that could shatter everything between them, forever.
The story's about to escalate in a way that changes the entire series. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay tuned. I guess there'll be new improv, right? Ili only the last state Korean. They sure lose their brains, huh? In 2 days' time at 2 p.m. at the confession booth of the Baron. If it's Baruna's temple, the guardian and observer of Avaruna's Templeslicat, was there something here before? I'm sure he's no tasking forth well, since it Southboxero 09. I'm sure there is an object. Oh my, Master Eutimist really want to see you, my lady. The only th anyways. I'd like you to go to Vernus Temple in 2 days. Oh, Eve, don't worry, my lady. I'll make sure you two can have your privacy this time around. It's getting tiresome responding to these remarks.
Ihongwoo, come in. IH Yellow. You're on time. Hi, Outboxer. How did you manage eater and tout Thedempelkampf? Threaten? If someone were to hear you, they definitely me I used money. Since I'm the Count's son.
My lady is practically bouncing with excitement. She's been waiting for this moment for a while now. Her eyes are scanning the room, her hands clasped together in anticipation. That's my Outboxer, she says with a grin. Let's go right now. Her voice is firm, determined. She's not going to let anyone get in her way. Not even the obstacles that lie ahead.
Let's go.
But the real problem is already in motion. Outboxer 009 is hesitating, unsure of what to do. He looks at my lady, then at the book, and his mind is racing with possibilities. What comes next changes everything. My lady is practically bouncing with excitement.
Outboxer 009's eyes widen as he realizes he's trapped in Uter Bale's body, his rival Sandstorm's sinister presence looming in the shadows, and the temple's secrets slipping further away from him. The emotional stakes are higher than ever as Outboxer 009's pride is shattered, his rivalry with Sandstorm now a battle for his very identity, and his every move scrutinized by his obsessive lady, who will stop at nothing to control him. As Outboxer 009 stands frozen at the temple entrance, the dungeon book's secrets beckoning him, he's still unaware of the true mastermind behind the game world's sinister events, and Sandstorm's next move is just a heartbeat away from destruction.
Picture your feed filled with only the best, high-quality recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and make it happen. Ugh. Mano, I think that could get motion teleportation. You alright? Am not alright. How are you okays? That's so annoying. I don't know. Here, I'll pat your back for you. So,
Rex starts to get frustrated with Ivy's antics, but she just brushes him off. She's got a plan, and she's not going to let anyone get in her way. As they navigate the dungeon, Rex starts to realize that Ivy's not just a show-off. She's a force to be reckoned with.
First-class magic seals. Since its thunder attribute,
Ivy and Rex were both out of their minds trying to level up that time. He should make a joke, but Ivy isn't tense. She's just focused on her goal. Rex can't help but be impressed. She's got a magic stone that enables spells without a binding seal.
magic missile.
Ivy unleashes another burst of magic, and Rex already sees an opening to grab the magic stone. The timing is perfect. He's got to make it count. The rock attribute amplifies Ivy's magic, but Rex is ready to use his modern reflexes to dodge the magic.
Arrow bind after that. Right.
Uter Bale, now Rex, is in the virtual dungeon Varenas, and he's exhausted. His legs ache and he's not used to this physical exertion. He's complaining about the heels he wore, which should have been a no-brainer. Ivy, as Cordelia Chase, is looking at him with concern. She thinks he's tired, but Rex is not. He's a gamer, not a noob who needs breaks. Ivy stops laughing, a scowl on her face. Rex, still moving forward, turns to her and growls. If the reward is trash, she'd better be prepared. He doesn't tolerate whining. Ivy shoots back. Stop laughing, jerk. If the reward is garbage, you better be prepared. Don't be like that. The tension between them is palpable. Rex's expression doesn't change, but we can see the annoyance.
Rex bursts through the door, his eyes blazing as he charges towards the boss, leaving Ivy to scramble behind him, her laughter silenced by the weight of his warning. Rex's outburst has left Ivy reeling, a spark of fear flickering in her eyes as she realizes the depth of his frustration, the anger simmering just beneath the surface. As Rex disappears into the fray, Ivy's face twists in a mixture of fear and determination. Her eyes locked on the door, her heart pounding with anticipation, the outcome hanging precariously in the balance.
The next arc starts soon and it changes everything. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari, you'll want to be there.
Kai and Blaze have been walking for hours, their goal finally in sight. The temple dungeon's exit is just a few minutes away. Kai is already anticipating the reward, a decent payout for their gaming skills. But Blaze is a different story. She's always been more about the thrill of the challenge than the reward itself. As they near the exit, Kai warns Blaze not to get too cocky. If the reward is crap, you'd better be prepared to take it lying down. Don't be like that. Time seems to warp in the temple dungeon. According to the in-game book, minutes of real time correspond to just 1 minute outside.
The battle is on, the wolf is fast and deadly, and Kai is running out of options.
Live.
Luke knows they can't take this on their own. They need to work together to defeat the wolf. But will they be able to figure out what's going on in time? Kai is determined. He's discovered that wolf race monsters are stupid and only attack in a straight line.
Stats maxed.
Luke is shocked. How could they not have known this before?
Have a taste of double restraints. Double bind. Minin clang. And grease. Tot.
Luke is staring straight at the wolf. Its fury is palpable. Ivy's words cut through the air. She's not going to let Luke get the best of her. She's going to use her magic to take down the boss. Luke's eyes widen. He knows he needs to move quickly. But what does he do?
Got it.
Ivy's magic is flowing. She's using her water attribute spell. Luke's eyes lock onto the target. He's going to use his speed to take it down. But what's going to happen? What comes next changes everything. Ivy's magic is flowing. She's using her light spell to enhance her water attribute magic. The cost is already in motion. Ivy's not happy about it. What's the real problem here?
I don't like this. This isn't what I signed up for.
Ivy's magic is spiraling out of control, her light and lightning spells merging into a devastating force that threatens to destroy everything in its path, including the people she cares about most. Ivy's determination to find a way out of this nightmarish scenario comes at a steep emotional cost, as she grapples with the harsh reality of her own strength and the darkness that lurks within herself, her very identity torn apart. The boss is far from defeated, and Luke's reckless pursuit of victory will only hasten the inevitable reckoning, leaving Ivy with a crushing burden to bear, a weight that threatens to consume her very soul, as the world around her begins to crumble.
I read the raw chapters so you don't have to. Pay it forward and subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Uter Bale, now in Outboxer 009's body, and Sandstorm, in Cordelia Chase's body, are about to face their first real challenge. They want to obtain that rank skill book, but there's an obstacle, an awakened Fury Wolf. What do? They charge into battle, ready to take on the beast. Cost? Their lives and possibly the entire game.
You'll regret underestimating me.
And that's not even the worst part. What happens next could change the course of the game forever. And that's not even the worst part. What happens next could change the course of the game forever. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, I'll kill you. Alright, I'll tell you in advance next time.
The real problem is already in motion. Echo and Blaze are still at odds, and their argument is attracting unwanted attention. A fury wolf awakens, and it's not happy. Echo and Blaze are forced to put aside their differences and work together to survive. Blaze uses her quick thinking to improvise a plan.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked. The cost of their delayed cooperation is a fierce battle ahead.
Echo is frustrated. His quick wit isn't enough to keep up with this game world. He stumbles upon a puzzle that requires teamwork to solve. The cost of his solo approach is already evident. They're running out of time.
They're not getting anywhere fast. The dirt is hard, and their shovels are starting to slip. They're getting tired. Echo looks up at Ivy, and I can see the frustration in his eyes. He wants to give up.
Doug Trio, Doug Trio, Doug Trio.
But Ivy keeps going. She's driven by something. Determination, anger, it's hard to tell. But she's not giving up. And that's what makes Echo keep going too. They dig until they're both exhausted. And that's not even the worst part. What comes next changes everything.
As Echo and Ivy's shovels finally break through the dirt, they're met with a shocking sight that changes the course of their battle against the Fury Wolf. Echo's determination is tested as he grapples with the moral implications of their actions, losing a piece of himself in the process, his values hanging precariously in the balance. The truth about Ivy's past and her connection to the Fury Wolf is finally revealed, leaving Echo to question everything he thought he knew about his partner and their mission, plunging their relationship into uncertainty.
The comments section doesn't lie. This community is insane. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and see for yourself. Did you hear what the system just said? Yeah. Well, it was yeah. So we even get a title this time. What? Yeah, that's right. Should we go get our rewards now? Talk before that promising. Mean wretch. How could you scare me like that? Sorry. It wasn't able to tell you that I fell in purposito get, but... Here are the love moments like these when you are opening up an eye, yeah. It's a footwork technique called the 36 Ultimate Footwork. Ultimate Footwork. The name's similar to that divine. Martial art skill all sounds similar. Rank footwork technique, 36 Ultimate Footwork. Next level woo the Heavenly Evasion Footwork. Thatalosinido Hidivan from Thor. Alright, my turn to open my item. I can believe that the Sissa skill book the Tevenet boxer do totally excited about it. Cordelia's hell-like scenario is just beginning. She's arrived at a secluded forest, and her journey is far from over. This is the event, and she can only skip the cutscenes. Her stats are maxed, and she's unlocked new skills, but she's also facing new challenges. She's on a mission to survive, and her willpower is being tested.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Cordelia's desperate fight for survival is put to the test as she's ambushed by brainwashed children from the northern families, her fragile sanity hanging by a thread. Cordelia's vulnerability has left her emotionally raw, her grip on her identity and humanity tenuous at best, as she confronts the trauma inflicted upon her. As Cordelia teeters on the edge of a complete breakdown, a faint whisper echoes through the forest, hinting at a sinister force manipulating the events unfolding around her, shrouding her fate in uncertainty.
This is the premium Manwa experience. Accept no substitutes. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. And Themorisoft growing up here being intact means that that's right. Menini and severed Meridiansisa a lot better now. What? It's not like I said anything wrong. Ugh. Forget it. You'll go to the social gathering together with me, right? Yeah, well, in Yuda's original scenario, he wasn't required to attend the social gathering. Althuin the first place, themin reason we irashetikure me and she doesn't need Tobe that worried though. Well, if that is what my beloved Lady Cordelia wants. Arg! Stop saying that. I'm get tingus bus bumps from it. HMFR HMFF HMFS on Tloy Huff. Huff bleer huff. With that, I've completed Bleer 10 laps. Yuda, the young master, is indeed a martial arts genius. He started late, but his talent and perseverance make up for it. The Bale family is truly blessed. Oh look, it's Yuda. Maya, what's wrong? Why do you look so shocked? Her confinement was lifted. Yuda is calm and collected. As always, he gives Kai permission to enter the boss room. The Count is waiting for him, and Kai knows he has to be ready.
You may head inside, Nine.
But as Kai steps into the unknown, he can't shake the feeling that he's in over his head. What's waiting for him in the boss room?
Kai stands at the threshold of the boss room, ready to face the powerful Count Chase, with Nirja's warning still echoing in his mind. Will he triumph or fall under the Count's pressure? Kai's anxiety is palpable as he realizes the true extent of Yuda Bale's power, his future father-in-law's dominance over the game world, sending his mind racing with daunting possibilities and unshakable doubts about his own abilities. As Kai steps into the unknown, a crucial question hangs precariously in the air. What will be the ultimate cost of his bravery? And will he emerge victorious, or will the weight of the Count's power crush his spirit, forever changing the course of his fate?
Miss one chapter and you'll be completely lost. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari and stay in the loop. Yuda's darkest fate begins to unravel. Gale Bale is on the move, driven by a desire to see Yuda and make sure he's safe. But the path ahead is treacherous, and the stakes are higher than ever. But I want to go back quickly to see Yuda now that he's got Len healthier. Wonder if my younger brother, Gale Bale, the next Count of the Bale family, Yuda's older brother, Count Chase is here and he's not happy. He's keeping his composure, but his anger is simmering just below the surface. He's always been a calm and collected individual, but the events of the past few days have pushed him to his limits. This is another change that wasn't in the original scenario, he says, his voice dripping with disdain. The tea is sweet, but it's not what he's used to. I didn't think this would happen in a Count family, he says, his eyes narrowing in suspicion. Count Chase is parsing of the situation. He's not sure who is behind the changes in the world, but he's determined to find out. The medic's words spark a sense of hope in Yuda Bale. He can already imagine the relief on his face if he gets the cure. But what's the catch? The medic seems too good to be true. As Yuda Bale approaches the medic, he notices a faint smile on his face. Outboxer 009's eyes widen as he recalls the sun's necklace. He remembers the feeling of power it gave him. What's blocking him is the weight of responsibility. Should he use the necklace to help others or keep it for himself? Sandstorm whispers something in his ear, and his eyes turn towards her. What happens next changes everything.
It a freaking amazing item. How?
Yuda Bale's life hangs in the balance as Outboxer 009 prepares to take a reckless gamble with the sun's necklace, potentially changing the course of the city's fate forever. Yuda Bale's fragile trust is shattered as Sandstorm's cryptic words awaken a storm of emotions, threatening to upend the fragile bond between them and jeopardizing the entire mission. The fate of the cure remains precariously uncertain as Outboxer 009 hesitates at the crossroads, weighed down by the weight of responsibility, leaving the city's future hanging precariously in the balance.
Don't let the algorithm decide if you see the next chapter. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and take control. Marriage was already set in motion before either of them even consented. The arranged marriage is a burden he can't escape, and the ring on his finger is a constant reminder of his duty. He meets the noble, who seems too kind to be real, and gets an energy pill that gives him a boost of strength.
That's nice of him.
But his instincts are screaming at him to be cautious. There's more to this situation than meets the eye, and that's not even the worst part. The noble explains that marriage is a noble's duty, and that they're expected to follow through with it, no matter what. Kai's weakness is a problem, especially when navigating a game world as treacherous as this one. His stamina is low, and the journey to the social gathering will be challenging.
This is definitely it. The berry of stamina is a crucial resource, and Kai needs it to survive the journey.
Kai's trust in his father is shaken. He's not sure if he can rely on him for guidance. Kai receives the stamina berry and thanks his father for his help. The situation is complicated, and Kai's feelings are a mix of gratitude and resentment.
You may leave now. The conversation is over, and Kai must navigate the consequences of his actions.
Alright. I'm sorry. Anyways, compared Tathia Sufis, yeah. I told you everything was alright, didn't I? Hump Lumo Humph is something that family, huh? Though it seems like Shtak the only problem. Cho, what's wrong? Your dark circles have disappeared. Igweg's slightly dark under-eye circles seen in. Yav were L. Booch's a little too close. Yeah, I guess. Ahem. So, the next thing we'll be waiting for. Count Bale plus. Ho. Count Bale? Huh?
The cost of Uter's choices is about to become clear. His family's reputation is on the line, and he's got to make a decision that will change everything. He's got to choose between his duty and his heart. And that's when he meets the energy pill's mysterious benefactor, a figure who's been pulling the strings all along. What's their true motive? And what does it have to do with Uter's arranged marriage? Uter Bale's legs are about to give out. He's been walking for more than an hour, and his stamina is dwindling. His breath comes in short bursts. He checks the exit twice. Maya, his loyal maid, rushes to his side. Young master, please be careful. Uter thinks he's got a new lead, but it's not clear who's helping him or what their motives are. The person giving him the necklace seems friendly, but Uter's still unsure. He's also getting some unexpected gifts from this place, which makes him feel a bit better. Plus, I always get unexpected gifts from this place, someone says, smiling. Uter looks at them, trying to read their expression. You also thought I looked a lot healthier, right? He asks, trying to build a connection.
Yeah, and you've already met the standards.
Uter feels a surge of hope. Maybe he's got this after all. But then someone says something that makes him feel uneasy.
Uter's father test hangs precariously in the balance as he desperately searches for a way out. But every door he opens leads to more questions and a deeper sense of unease. Uter's frustration and desperation boil over as he's forced to confront the harsh reality of his own limitations, leaving him feeling trapped and uncertain about his future. The mysterious sun's necklace becomes the key to unlocking Uter's next move, but its power and significance remain shrouded in mystery, leaving Uter's fate perilously tied to the whims of his enigmatic benefactor.
I brought the story to life. Now bring this channel to life. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Young Lady Cordelia, are you awake? Yeah, I'm reading a book. What's you Sir Yuda has sent you a letter. And thanks for bringing ID pan what Salisi time? I thought he would need to meet him before went to the social gathering at. TMY helm Lady Cordelia. I already feel like cursing right from Sir. He didn't write when we should meet. Ami supposed to send a meriply or what? Young Lady Cordelia, I'm coming in. Dahlia, is anything the matter? Count Chase has a message for you. The Count's close friend, the father of Sir Yuda, Alex Bale will be C. I heard from Yuda that you have something to ask of me. Gantan may I know she's really nervous. Huh? Mubiyang I'd like to ask on her behalf. Father. Very well, go ahead. I'd like Todik part in the social gathering that's about to take place. Now Cordelia's at the gathering, and she wants to convince Sir Yuda to participate. The obstacle is that Sir Yuda is not yet fully recovered. She's determined. She's going to reassure Sir Yuda and make him feel better. Her action is to try and persuade Sir Yuda to join in. The consequence is that Sir Yuda agrees to participate, but with reservations. What comes next changes everything.
I trust you, but we need to be careful.
The plan is in motion now. Sir Yuda is going to train, and Cordelia is going to make sure he's safe. The obstacle is that Sir Yuda is struggling to keep up.
It's obvious he's also excited because of this event that never happened in the game. Although, do like it to game freaks who love new events. Hey, you're always going in and on about your ninny and severed me. Cordelia's on the edge. She's talking to Uter Bale, warning him not to get destroyed with the apocalypse looming. But Uter's a fighter, and he's not going to give up without a fight. He realizes that if he can't make it, Cordelia will have to face Langust alone, and that's a daunting task. He's determined to make it work, no matter what.
Whatever. Just don't overdo things and get yourself hurt, got it?
Uter's not just thinking about himself, though. He's thinking about Cordelia, and the fact that she's the daughter of his father.
Uter's world is turned upside down as he discovers a shocking truth about Cordelia, threatening to shatter their bond forever in a heart-wrenching revelation. Cordelia's attempt to deflect Uter's questions has left him feeling betrayed, and the weight of their broken trust hangs precariously in the air, leaving a deep emotional scar. The air is charged with tension as Uter's frustration boils over, and Cordelia's calm facade begins to crack, leaving the fate of their relationship hanging precariously in the balance of a ticking clock.
If you click away without subscribing, you might never find Manwa with Hari again. Hit the button. Forte Slatteret, the Bale County Ugh. I'm so stiff I cowl, of course. I'll show you at the valley. Ahem. I'm satellited Fatal Biablido Gawith Ladycord, Liata Lang. Ah, okay. Tealbether Inus Moxie then. Yuda. Cordelia. Have a safe trip. Don't get injured. Ending Maker, aren't you cold? I'm alright. You're so reliable, Cordelia Eamon. Fugikoff.Fugiodoriman, I thank you. Uragana draw magic circle Onthian City off towel, right? Won't you get motion sickness from the carriage shaking? It's alright. I'll bed drawing Etwenium resting. The detour route is less rough, but it'll take a day longer. Yuda's not happy, but Ivy convinces him to go along with the plan. They set off, and Ivy's relieved to be doing something. Yuda's still worried about Ivy's magic.
I'll be in your care.
Yuda's trying to be friendly, but Ivy's already checking the area for potential dangers. She's more focused on their safety than her own. Uter Bale's eyes light up as he talks to Cordelia about the detour route. He's thrilled to be exploring this new path, but his face quickly falls when he realizes it's not as smooth as he thought. As she tries to avoid the people's gazes, Cordelia sees something that makes her pause. She wants to forget her fatigue, but it's hard to ignore the weight of her journey. Her eyes are drawn to the moon, and for a moment, she forgets everything. What happens next will change the course of her journey.
Stop staring.
But she can't look away. As she tries to avoid the people's gazes, Cordelia sees something that makes her pause. She wants to forget her fatigue, but it's hard to ignore the weight of her journey. Her eyes are drawn to the moon, and for a moment, she forgets everything.
Cordelia's eyes lock onto the moon, and she's drawn into a hidden world where her past and present collide, threatening to upend her entire reality. Cordelia's determination and drive have earned her a newfound confidence, but at what emotional cost to her relationships and her own sense of identity, left precariously hanging in the balance? As Cordelia inches closer to claiming her coveted reward, the weight of her secrets and the danger that lurks in the shadows threatens to derail her carefully crafted plans, leaving her perilously exposed.
Don't settle for mediocre robotic recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari for cinematic storytelling. Run Pan, I'm thirsty. Ending Maker, what kind of logic is that? Also, I didn't bring Miss Swimmy. When I said I'd bring everything, You never thought I'd bring calm down Yellow's tempest. I feel embarrassed. We're here together bottom the only one who... I see. Alright. Hee. Alright, that's what you should have said to Heejin with. Because off Thenany and severed meridians, my body temperaturious.
How does he break the news to her about the cold? He's got to tread carefully, or things could get even worse. You have no idea what she's thinking right now. Kai's trying to be considerate of Nora's feelings. He's worried about her catching a cold with her weak body, but he's also getting frustrated. Why did she take a bath in such cold weather? This is a disaster waiting to happen.
Cursed it. I shouldn't have brought it along.
Kai's walking out of the bathhouse, and he's got his eyes fixed on Nora, who's dressed in a revealing outfit. He's trying to be considerate, but it's hard not to stare.
Kai's desperation grows as Nora's anger intensifies. The cold water is taking its toll, and Nora's not looking happy.
You need to sing the original song.
Kai's mind is racing, trying to remember the correct lyrics. He needs to get Nora out of there before it's too late. And that's not even the worst part. The bathhouse patrons are starting to get impatient, and they're not looking happy. Nora's getting more and more agitated, and Kai's struggling to keep up. He's keeping her spirits up, but she's not having it. She's cursing the cold, and Kai's getting worried. She's going to pass out if he doesn't do something.
Nora's world is plunged into chaos as the cold water takes its toll. Her anger and desperation fueled by the bathhouse patrons' growing impatience, now turning on Kai for not keeping up with the original fairy song. Kai's attempts to keep Nora's spirits up have failed, and she's now inches away from passing out, her fragile state hanging precariously in the balance of his and Connor's faltering attempts to get her out of the bathhouse. The bathhouse patron's sudden shift in mood from impatient to entranced has left a power vacuum, and it's anyone's guess whether Kai's hasty improvisation will be enough to keep the momentum going before everything spirals out of control.
The story's about to escalate in a way that changes the entire series. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay tuned. She sings like an angel, but the darkness beneath her smile is about to unravel the fabric of this world. We're in a mystical realm where fairy creatures can fly around freely, and they only appear in Cordelia exclusive quests. This setting is crucial and timing is everything. Cordelia, the protagonist, is a key player in this world. Her appearance is pivotal and we're about to find out why.
Stop. You're wrong.
Cordelia's a pretty girl, and she's being pestered by these fairies. They're a nuisance, and she's trying to deal with them. The question is, how will she respond to this situation? The fairies are waiting behind the trees, and Cordelia's timing is crucial. She's struggling to break free, but the bicorn's power is too strong.
That's the bicorn's telekinetic power. Cordelia's voice is full of fear. She's realizing the bicorn's power is too much for her to handle.
She's trying to escape, but the bicorn's power is holding her back. The bicorn's power is taking over, and Cordelia's losing control. Cordelia's in a tight spot. Her magic power is being controlled by a bicorn's telekinetic power. She's being held back, unable to move her arms or legs. Her body's essentially frozen in place. She struggles to break free, but it's like an invisible force is suffocating her. Can't free from...
Cordelia makes a shocking break from the bicorn's control. Her movements swift and decisive as she shatters the beast's hold and reclaims her freedom in a burst of adrenaline-fueled triumph. Cordelia's newfound freedom comes at a steep cost, as she's forced to confront the darker aspects of her own power and the true nature of her rivalry with the bicorn, fueling a sense of trepidation and uncertainty within her. As an unknown savior rushes to Cordelia's aid, the bicorn unleashes a brutal kick, sending her crashing to the ground, raising the stakes and plunging the scene into chaos as Cordelia's world hangs precariously in the balance.
You clearly have taste. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. It's what the real fans do. Nay hi. Oh Kia. It's too bright. I can't see anything. Cough, cough, huff huff. Jinhal ending maker. Thor ultimate footwork. O great sun god, Solari, may your blessings be upon me. Oh, the light that chases away darkness. Oh, the glory that bright I'm busy, so I'll omit the rest. Thunderclap. Nay, oh, I had intentionally targeted the head. I guess it want busy talking it out that it's Samid game boss, and Thirase level well. That's a relief. Would Yellow Tempest allow me to defeat this guy alone? Natasha takes the lead, using her knowledge of the Bicorn's weaknesses. She's got a clear plan in mind, and Dorian trusts her instincts. The Bicorn is definitely weaker now, and Natasha seizes the opportunity. She's determined to take it down no matter what it takes.
I'll go for any openings I see. Seriously.
And that's not even the worst part. Their bond meter is dropping, and they risk being separated forever. And then bind. Growl. Twilight's frustrating. I can't hold it for long. Irk. Mage Cordelia chase HP LV 10 MP.
The Bicorn's power surges, and Natasha seizes the opportunity, unleashing a fierce bind attack. But the true test is yet to come as their bond meter plummets towards separation. Dorian's trust in Natasha is shaken, while Natasha's determination is pushed to its limits. But in this desperate fight, they both risk losing the bond that once united them so strongly. Their bond meter now teeters on the brink of collapse, leaving the question unanswered. Will they be able to hold on, or will the weight of their differences rip them apart?
I spend hours crafting these recaps so you can enjoy them in minutes. If you appreciate that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Esther Filthy. Gia Linkska. WM Odi. Toe Darkness STRing LV 50. HP Hui MP. Total damage, but I've only a quarter of E to damn the Master, my body can't move. Ruofang, are you an idiot? You can't M-hand of Healgal LV so Eden Cha Chronicide HPMP put all of the stats into HP your equipmentus your top notch. The zombie priest's strategy is to make his opponent get fortunately. She can't recover Snoiloa Auhlim because shays how long does it take for her MP to run out.
The fighting competition was able to develop into a world class. It was amazing. Back then. Destroy game.
The narrator's eyes widen as he realizes what's happening. Master is planning to activate the base, without even considering the narrator's safety. The narrator's instincts scream at him to stop this, but he's frozen in place. His voice is hoarse from yelling, but he's getting nowhere.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
The narrator's mind is racing, trying to come up with a plan. He knows he can't just sit back and let Master do whatever he wants. His body is tense, coiled like a spring ready to unleash. But the real problem is already in motion. The narrator's heart is pounding in his chest as he watches Master activate the base.
Master activates the base, releasing a torrent of darkness that threatens to consume the world, as the narrator's desperate pleas for safety fall on deaf ears. The narrator's trust in Master is shattered, replaced by a deep-seated fear and anger that will haunt him for the rest of his journey. With the darkness base's true extent revealed, the narrator's very existence hangs in the balance. Will he be consumed by the very power he sought to wield, or will he find a way to escape?
Catch up on any manhwa in under 15 minutes. That's what Manwa with Hari is built for. Subscribe now. This gives so many experience points. Outboxer. Did you see Sihi? I leveled up 3 times. Lu Warg. Outboxer. Are you okay? What's wrong? They. Ha. Just hold on for a bit. I'll move you onto land for now. Whoa. Amazing. You defeated the Bicorn. Yeah, that Bicorn was seriously tough. But who's this boy? We were going to invite you because you're so pretty. As the scene unfolds, we see Outboxer's condition worsening. His body temperature is rising, and Maisie is getting more and more anxious. Connor is keeping her calm, but we can feel the tension building. He needs to rest a little bit longer. The situation is critical, and Outboxer's condition is getting worse by the minute. Maisie is on edge, and Connor is keeping her calm, but we can sense that something is about to go wrong. He said he's feeling much better. His fingers are tracing the bark of a tree, but his eyes are fixed on the horizon. His face is scrunched up in concentration. This is his element, the thrill of discovery.
What are you doing?
His voice is barely above a whisper. He's muttering to himself, talking to the trees. He's searching for something, a connection, a pattern, or a clue.
What if I told you it's not just the trees?
His head jerks up, and he's grinning from ear to ear. He's got that look again. The one that says he's onto something huge. His eyes are sparkling with excitement. And that's not even the worst part.
The forest around Outboxer erupts in a blinding flash of light as reality shatters, revealing an unfathomable truth that will redefine everything he thought he knew. Arya walks away from Brian, disappearing from his life, leaving him with a shattering sense of isolation and desperation. His connection to the world crumbling with each passing moment. Brian's eyes lock onto something unseen on the horizon, his heart pounding with trepidation, driven by an unsettling feeling that something malevolent is closing in, watching him from the shadows.
Thousands of us are reading this together. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and join the discussion. You must be the human children that Adele was talking about. So tan in this wholesome fall. The fall fairy queen, Rolella, welcomes you both. Ending maker. War Hugh. While I was out scouting the forest, a hurried BC-06 ho upon seeing the empty tent. It seemed like they crosseth. But I don't knew you had happened. I drank the tea that young M. Moo this smell. It's been a while since I've seen human children. But your manner but no that I think about it when did thee disappear? Taladel and a. When you both stepped foot in this place. Do you set the time SL wow?
The key action or twist of this chapter. Roll Ellis senses the fairy's footsteps and her eyes widen in alarm as she frantically warns Uter Bale and Cordelia Chase that they're not out of the woods yet, their lives hanging by a thread. The emotional stakes. Cordelia Chase has lost a crucial ally as Outboxer 009 sacrifices himself to take down the bicorn, leaving her to face the treacherous landscape alone, weighed down by grief and determination. The cliffhanger. As Rolella desperately tries to find a new worthy owner for the fairy's footsteps, Cordelia Chase finds herself at a crossroads, unable to decide whether to continue her journey or abandon it in the face of unimaginable danger, her fate hanging precariously in the balance.
I put everything into every recap. If you felt that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari and let's keep going together. Fairy's Footsteps. Legends of Heroes. The Bistwaitha Tussershave found to use tea. With theirs. This to evade attacks anymore. It's an attempt that allows you to evade attacks without moving once you realize what it's. Limit barely works as a restriction and yet, they giveth us as a reward? Forget about not needing Ganyather. Reward? I'm good with this. Changing his stance within 3 minutes. And the fairy just laughs. It's not even the worst part. The real problem is already in motion. Uter Bale's eyes dart back and forth. He's trying to escape the fairy's song, but it's too late. He's trapped, unable to move or speak. His body language screams desperation. He wants to break free, but his gamer mindset is gone. He's just a pawn in the fairy's game.
It's a river.
The fairy's laughter echoes in the background, and Outboxer 009's eyes are fixed on the fairy's footsteps, with hands that won't stop shaking. Cordelia Chase's voice is cold, cutting deep. Uter Bale's words are about to change everything, and the fate of those children does not end with them alone.
There's nothing to worry about. I was certain the moment I saw them. The fate of those children does not end with them alone.
The key action or twist of this chapter. A shocking truth emerges as the fairy's footsteps reveal the power to leap through, but users' daily limits will be crushed, sending the fate of this world teetering on the edge of catastrophe. The emotional stakes, what a character gained or lost. Outboxer 009's determination is shaken, his hands trembling with fear, as Cordelia chases icy words cut deep, leaving him questioning his own worthiness to control the fragile balance of this world. The cliffhanger, what is left dangerously unresolved going forward. The escort knight's leader remains hesitant, while Bale's words hang in the air, threatening to unleash a cataclysmic ending, leaving the world teetering on the brink of collapse, its fate hanging precariously in the balance.
You made it to the end, that means everything. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and I'll see you next chapter. Shin Loiha. You're here. Yeah, I heard you were down with a cold. Are you alright? Yeah. I'm not feeling th best. Booty am alright. Ta. And come to think, really? Well, we probably don't need to go out on our way to Langust. Looks like Shirley got scolded badly. Not only is she sulking, her antennas look they withered. Looking withered hfta. Dame Dahlia probably scolded you harshly more because Eshua. I doubt that'll happen though. Since we're in the wrong, let's show hurt hat we repenting by note she's like a sister toy you after all. Yeah. Just call me if you are scared. I will tag along. No, then ending Ideker oof. Here, lie down. I'll wipe your sweat for you. Hey, how couldnables d so what? Everyone adjusts sits on the floor instead off the sofa when thee watched too weak to talk back. Run, peen house that? Does it feel cool? Customer house the water temperature? Great, yeah. Sheesh, can't even keep your eyes open. Get some sleep'll watch after you. Oh, it'll be another 3 days before we Cordelia. Yeah? Thank you. 3 days later, Luke is still recovering, and Dame Dahlia is still frustrated with him. Ivy enters, and Luke thanks her for her help again. I'm the one who should be thanking you though. We're parsing of the setting, which is the same as the game. But what does it mean for our characters? Outboxer 009 in Bale's body is working out his place in this new world. Sandstorm in Cordelia Chase's body is also processing the situation.
Let's focus on the task at hand.
Sandstorm and Outboxer 009 are work together, but their different backgrounds and experiences are causing tension. They're struggling to communicate effectively, which is hindering their progress. What comes next changes everything. Their ability to put aside their differences and work together will be crucial in preventing the apocalypse. We're at Margrave Hresvelg's Count family mansion, where Outboxer 009 and Sandstorm are parsing of their new reality.
A desperate bid for escape hangs by a thread as Outboxer 009 and Sandstorm frantically navigate the treacherous underbelly of Langust's autonomous government, their lives teetering on the edge of catastrophe. Sandstorm is forced to confront the harsh reality that even in this new world, trust is a luxury they can't afford, as the Count Chase family's night weaves a web of deceit that threatens to ensnare them in an endless nightmare. As the knight's words drip with duplicity, Outboxer 009's desperation grows, and the very fabric of their fragile alliance begins to unravel, leaving only the faintest glimmer of hope for a way out of this living hell.
The next recap covers something you won't believe. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and we'll talk soon.
Where is he? Her voice is laced with worry. We walk past stalls selling everything from fresh produce to exotic spices, our eyes scanning the crowd for any sign of my missing companion. The sound of haggling merchants and the smell of roasting meats fill the air, but my mind is elsewhere. I'm thinking about the main event in Langust, and how it's going to be a game changer.
And that's not even the worst part.
Upon deciphering Theskra code, it mentioned at a specific location in Langast exactly. A combination Bale and Cordelia Chase. and T-Sissum. Luke's eyes narrow as he thinks of a way to bring in more characters to help them. He's going to use the letter to get the mage's help, and then he'll make a move to get more people on their side. Ivy is already checking her gear, ready to leave. But what if they're not enough? If you want more daily recaps, hit that subscribe button now.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
We've got a problem in Langust. Count Bale's secret orders have reached Captain Barua, and there's nothing more urgent than this.
Luke and his team are now in a high-stakes situation. They need to gather intel and come up with a plan. Luke gives the order to split up and head to each of the 6 locations. Ivy's already on her way, her gear at the ready.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
But there's a problem. One of the core members of the Demon's Hand, Ed, has escaped to the Baron's mansion. They need to act fast. And that's not going to be easy. Luke and his team are closing in on the Baron's mansion. They're on high alert, ready for anything. Luke gives the order to search the place thoroughly.
Luke's eyes narrow as he deciphers the cryptic letter, the air thick with anticipation as he pieces together the puzzle, his mind racing with the possibility of a breakthrough. The weight of responsibility settles heavily on Luke's shoulders as he struggles to keep his team safe. His exhaustion a stark reminder of the toll this mission is taking on his own well-being. Blaze and Ivy inch closer to the Baron's mansion, their stealthy approach masking a deadly trap, as Luke's team readies for a mission that could either seal their victory or expose their most vulnerable flank.
Only the top 1% of readers make it this far. Prove you're one of them. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
What the hell is going on here? How did 7 branches get take? Do you have any idea how I've invested to help those guys infiltrate the Blue Lion wretch might already know the rest of the loca. Cordelia's eyes scan the room, urgency building in every step. Lucas Fresbelg moves swiftly, his mind racing to prepare for the social gathering. He's aware that the Blue Lion wretch might already know the rest of the locations, but he's not one to back down. He's the mastermind, the one who always gets the job done.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Cordelia's voice echoes in his mind, a reminder that time is running out. The stakes are higher than ever, and Lucas knows that failure is not an option.
Uter Bale does a quick scan of their surroundings. He's looking for any signs of trouble. Cordelia is already moving towards the horse carriage, trying to get away from the social gathering. The children of the 12 northern families are hosting this event, and it's a big deal.
That's why influential people and famous folks would attend annually. We can't risk being caught in a trap.
They're trying to blend in, but their gamer instincts are screaming at them to be cautious. The real problem is already in motion. The stakes rise. Every choice from here carries a cost. Cordelia is getting anxious. She doesn't like being surrounded by all these people.
Cordelia's disguise is put to the test as she navigates through the crowded social gathering, her anxiety growing with every step, every smile, every suspicious glance. Cordelia's gained a crucial opportunity to escape the social gathering, but she's lost her sense of freedom, her movements now dictated by the weight of her disguise and the danger that lurks beneath. Aria's ominous warning hangs in the air as Lucas locks eyes with Cordelia, their future now forever tied to the uncertain outcome of their plans, the high stakes casting a dark shadow over their existence.
We're building the ultimate Manwa guild right here. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari and join the ranks.
In a world where the most powerful families control everything, Cordelia Chase is the main character, and our outboxer 009 has just entered her world. He's now trapped in Uter Bale's body, and things just got real. Cordelia's beauty is legendary, and Uter Bale is about to find out the hard way why. Sylvia, the female figurehead of the Crossville family, is known for her stunning looks, but Viola, the youngest daughter of the Langvis Count family, has a fear of meeting new people. Uter Bale, the Count Bale family member, walks into the gathering with a somewhat awkward tone, lacking emotions.
It's time to meet the Crossville family.
His hands won't stop moving.
Yuda's tone is somewhat awkward and indifferent, lacking strong emotions, but his actions speak louder than words. He's been training in secret, trying to become stronger without anyone noticing.
You're wasting your time. You'll never be strong enough.
But Titan, what if Yuda is stronger than we think? What if he's the key to our survival in this game world? The question now is, how far will Yuda go to achieve his goal? Will he keep training in secret, or will he seek out help from others? The answer is already too late because the stakes are higher than ever before. Demon it's such Ashamethathi Shandavent. Doesn't. See, even if we'll find other reborn rankers, there's no way off knowing what they're. Anyways, I totally forgot. Yeah, Lucas was a playable character to it would have been better if Lucas was the born third place ranker though. What do you mean? It's because he never liked Lucas all that much. Really? After seeing the story, I hated playing. Cordelia starts to open up about her story in Legend of Heroes. She explains how she was kidnapped by the demon's hand and turned into a demon herself. Uter Bale listens intently, still processing his own incomplete memories. This conversation raises questions about their past and their current situation.
I was forced to become an enemy. Beat ends with a cliffhanger. What does this revelation mean for Yuda and Cordelia's future together?
Yuda's disguise begins to crack as he's confronted with the painful memories of his past, forcing him to confront the harsh reality of his deception and the weight of his secrets. Cordelia's tragic past comes to light, revealing the depth of her trauma and the scars that still linger. As Yuda's guarded heart begins to crack under the weight of her story, the demon's sinister presence looms large. As Yuda's grip on reality begins to slip, and the darkness closing in around him threatens to consume everything he holds dear, leaving nothing but chaos in its wake.
Thousands of Manwa fans have already subscribed to Manwa with Hari. It's your turn. After seeing the story, I hated playing as Lucas. Breer, you should in Lucas's story, after Cordelia gets kidnapped by Thiedman's hand, she turns into a demon. Anno becomes an enemy. I thought it was something serious.
Is still refusing to listen, and is getting increasingly aggressive. The demon's power is growing stronger, and knows they need to act fast. He's trying to convince to work together, but she's not having it. Whether the rest of them die or not, including Felix Duran.
The party's in full swing, and everyone's having a good time. But Lucas is getting anxious. He's trying to get Uter's attention, but Uter's just ignoring him. Lucas wants to be acknowledged, to be seen.
Freaking, of course not.
Lucas is getting frustrated. He's not getting the reaction he wants, and it's driving him crazy.
Those who are here in this social gathering are mostly people who dream about dating.
Lucas is fit in to be part of the group, but Uter's just not having it. He's not interested in Lucas's games. Uter and Cordelia are about to dance, and everyone's watching. Lucas wants to be part of it, to be noticed.
Lucas Hresbelg.
Nora's finally snapped, her emotions boiling over. Uter's trying to calm her down, but Lucas is getting more and more agitated. What's going on? What's Lucas's plan? And what's Nora's secret?
A desperate Lucas finally breaks through to Uter, but his triumph is short-lived as the true source of tension is revealed in the unbridled emotions of another character. As Lucas gains Uter's attention, he's met with a devastating blow. Nora's emotional turmoil comes to a head, her face flushed with unshed tears and her eyes welling up in a heart-wrenching display of raw vulnerability. Nora's unspoken pain hangs precariously in the balance, her fragile emotional state on the verge of shattering as Lucas's gaze lingers, leaving the outcome perilously uncertain in the dance-filled darkness.
This is where the real fans gather. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and find your people. Keishin I found non-Lucas Hresvolk. Sylvia. Due to the fact that I don't have any proper Wep Duke Lucas. What do you mean? Lu IJ. Obrit Flameoff Lordusi Oi attack me enemies. Avak. Kia. Cordelia IE. VG Juanito runaway while e chance. You two, Lucas. This way. How does that make sense? I'm not running away from an enemy. As what are you going to do when you don't even have a weapon 3? How get your head straight and think. When he first appear, I found non-Lucas Fresvolk. This way, MS Sylvia, Duke Lucas. Hung hurry Iman young master. Run Maya, Lord Yuda. 3M y'all. Take the young lady and run away him.
Hart's desperate attempt to protect Sylvia sparks a sudden clash with the demon, their staff crackling with energy as Lucas Fresvolk's anguished cry echoes through the halls. Hart's eyes lock onto Sylvia's frail form, his heart racing with the weight of responsibility as he grapples with the fear of losing her, the weight of his failure crushing him with every passing moment. A demon's ominous presence lingers, its malevolent aura drawing closer, ready to pounce on Hart's momentary lapse in focus, as Lucas's distant voice screams in a desperate bid to rally him back to the fight.
Picture your feed filled with only the best, high-quality recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and make it happen. Sylvia's eyes dart back and forth between Uter Bale and the figure waiting in the shadows. She's desperate to get inside, but her mind is racing with questions. Who is this mysterious figure, and why does Sylvia feel an overwhelming sense of unease? Uter Bale tries to reassure her, but his words fall on deaf ears. Sylvia's gaze is fixed on the figure, her heart pounding in her chest. She takes a step forward, her voice barely above a whisper. Wait, Cordelia. Stop. You're wrong. The figure's silence is deafening, but Uter Bale's patience wears thin. He pushes Sylvia towards the entrance, his urgency palpable. What young Lord Yuda said is definitely true. Young Lord Lucas, we have 3 minutes. If we can stall him for those 3 minutes, we can defeat H. Maisie is desperate. She's trying to save the target from an unknown threat, but she's not sure how long she has left. She's setting up an extreme polarity magic circle, but it's a 1-star move, and she's not sure if it'll work. Her hands are shaking, she knows the risks. She takes a deep breath and focuses. Echo is trusting her to get this right.
Will it work?
The magic circle sparks to life. It's a beautiful sight. Maisie's face relaxes. She's done it.
Maisie's magic circle surges to life, radiating a blinding intensity as she prepares to unleash a desperate 1-star move to buy time for the target. But the air is electric with impending disaster. Maisie's unyielding determination to protect the target at all costs has led her to a crushing realization. Even she may not be able to stem the tide of an uncontrollable threat, her resolve waning with each heartbeat. As the threat closing in on the target seems almost inevitable, Lucas Fresvolk's watchful eyes remain fixed on Maisie. His expression unreadable, but his presence a palpable reminder that the true nature of their pact may soon come back to haunt her.
Something major happens to this character very soon. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari before the spoilers find you.
Celestin's magic circle is the key to containing the apocalypse, but it's already failing. Lai's gang is getting closer to breaking it. Kai thinks he's got a solid plan, but the stronger the targeted demon, the more effective the magic circle becomes.
Break it, and the world is done.
And that's not even the worst part. What's the chance they can take down the demon in time? Kai's pretending to be strong, but it's a facade. He can't even stand up straight, and the only person who can maintain the magic circle is Hin. Kai's the only one who can keep him safe, but he's running out of time.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
A sudden interruption throws Kai off balance. Lai's gang's presence is felt, and Yuda's body is reacting to the danger. A swift movement follows as Yuda charges forward, his blade shining with an intense light.
Thunderclap incoming.
Cordelia Chase's words are a spark, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. Uter Bale's eyes focus, and he sees a way forward. The ancient sword skill may be broken, but his determination remains unshaken.
Are you sure you can handle it?
Uter Bale knows what he has to do, and he's willing to pay the price. The cost of failure is too high, but he's ready to face it head-on.
Cordelia's words spark a glimmer of hope within Uter as he finds a way forward, his determination unshaken despite the ancient sword skill being broken before his eyes. Uter's newfound resolve comes at a heavy cost as he struggles to hold back his emotions, his turmoil and frustration threatening to consume him in the face of overwhelming adversity. Gang's sinister presence looms large as the delicate thread holding the magic circle together begins to fray, leaving Veilstein no choice but to confront the darkness head-on to prevent a catastrophic outcome.
Start your day right with a new Manhwa recap. Subscribe to Manhwa with Hari. Are you sure you can handle it? Of course, let's go. Oh yo. Mere human. His destructive power stillthis, strong despitahis, whole body being restrained, does his magic. The figure reveals itself as young Lord Yudi, a human with magic power. Dorian is shocked and amazed. He knows this could be the key to breaking the magic circles. Young Lord Yudi explains the true nature of the magic circle and the danger it poses.
It's a calibration of divine energy containing the sun god Solaris's power and the moon's magical power that's been collected for over 100 years.
Dorian's mind reels as he tries to comprehend the enormity of what he's hearing. He knows he has to act fast. Dorian knows he must get to safety, but the chamber is filling with a deadly energy.
A figure emerges from the shadows, and young Lord Yudi blocks Uter Bale's path, his determined eyes locked onto the danger closing in, as the magic circle's deadly energy spirals out of control. Dorian's heart surges with hope as he's handed the glowing necklace, but the cost of his newfound promise is a dwindling grip on reality, as the darkness within him threatens to consume everything he holds dear. Uter Bale's eyes narrow, a flash of rage igniting within him as he spots young Lord Yudi standing between him and escape, the weight of his desperate fate crushing him with each passing heartbeat.
You got lucky finding this video. Don't rely on luck twice. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Open. Or Breer Yanatan Yuda. There's no way. Can we? Tak D of Hay of Ob Torbloff. Jean with that. Bleer, it's finally over. Kai's frustration is growing, and he's starting to get worried about Maya. He trusts Ivy, but her memories are fragmented, and he's not sure what to believe. Ivy is reassure him that everything will be okay, but Kai can see the desperation in her eyes.
I feel a little sore, but since I don't have any major injuries... Wait, Maya. Don't tell me you've been staying by my side with her.
And that's not even the worst part. What if Maya's not okay? What if she's in danger because of them? Although Z might be playing along with Maya's delusions,
Kai's world is shattered as Ivy's true intentions begin to unravel, threatening the very foundation of their alliance and the fate of Maya. The emotional stakes reach a boiling point as Kai's trust in Ivy is tested, leaving him torn between loyalty and the desperate need to protect Maya from her own ally. The chilling truth hangs precariously in the balance as Ivy's uncertain loyalties and Maya's precarious condition raise the specter of catastrophic consequences, plunging the game world into darkness.
YouTube might never recommend this channel to you again. Don't risk it. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari right now. We're standing outside, surrounded by rubble and debris. Outboxer 009, now in Uter Bale's body, is checking the damage. He looks around, taking in the destruction. His eyes land on a figure collapsed on the ground. He approaches cautiously, concerned for the person's well-being. As he reaches out, the figure stirs, and we see a mix of emotions on their face. The person looks up at Outboxer 009, and we see a glimmer of recognition. Are you all right? Outboxer 009 asks, his voice laced with concern. The person looks up at him, still dazed, and replies. The dust settles, and Luke and Blaze are left panting. Ivy looks on, a mix of emotions on her face. Now that the chaos has died down, they can take stock of the situation.
Now. In any case, I'm glad that we've made it through this hurdle. I'll give you that. Have you concocted any other plans?
The question hangs in the air, but Kai can see the doubt in Ivy's eyes. She's not sure what to do next, but he knows they can't afford to waste any more time.
For now.
Dahlia tries to reason with Luke, telling him he needs to rest and recover from his injuries. Luke is skeptical, but Dahlia's words strike a chord. He realizes he might not be as healthy as he thought.
S77, troublesome if our relationship falls apart here.
Luke's eyes narrow as Dahlia asks him about his health. He knows he's not completely cured, but he's not sure what that means for his future. Dahlia's words are like a punch to the gut, making him question everything.
You really did display that level of martial arts, with a chronically ill body. That is true.
Luke's gaze drops, and he's quiet for a moment. Luke's memories come flooding back, revealing a traumatic scene of Sylvia trapped in a pit. His heart shattering as rage and desperation fuel his every waking moment. Luke's newfound awareness comes at a heartbreaking cost, his emotional control slipping away as fears for Sylvia's safety, Sylvia's possible fate, and his own uncertain future slowly consume him. As Luke confronts Dahlia about her secrets, the air thickens with tension, Dahlia's eyes locking onto his with a mixture of concern and a hint of trepidation that leaves Luke's fate precariously hanging in the balance.
The algorithm is unpredictable, but your subscription is permanent. Lock it in with Manwa with Hari.
Their Lysa method that called Kiryu Oftenini in severed meridians. Really, I'm thankful for the offer. However, why are you outling me this? Well, about that, although it might sound embarrassing, I've never had anyone around me Agath, that's why. In order to get stronger, you need to call Urivalto. That means, you're saying Thadia, Duke Lucas, the genius off the restful. Hesiashulp v Podjardums Twerkmight at ANP give NEA reply Kofer, since we'll need an explanation regarding the fight with the demons. Why? All of this is going my way. Ending maker, if you're gonna go anyways, why hesitate? I need to Javed's sense that I'm still contemplating. You know that Lucas, he must be worried Theta might decline his offer.
Outboxer 009, now in Uterbale's body, is wrap his head around this new reality. He recalls the game's plot and how his rival, Sandstorm, entered this world as Cordelia Chase. They've got to work together to make a new, less catastrophic ending. His phone buzzes again, Sandstorm's message.
Stop. You're wrong.
He's about to respond when he remembers the forged documents they took from the game world. Sandstorm was worried about being caught, and he burned them to avoid trouble. Now he's got to decide what to do next. You had your chance. Now kneel. And that's not even the worst part. Alright.
Outboxer 009's new reality is turned upside down as he struggles to comprehend the true nature of the game world. Demons lurking in the shadows, and a deadly alliance with his sworn enemy, Sandstorm. Brian's anxiety reaches a boiling point as he becomes increasingly desperate to uncover the truth about his past, his identity, and the sinister forces seeking to control him, leaving him emotionally raw. The danger of Uterbale's forged documents, now lost forever, threatens to unleash a catastrophe that could destroy Brian's fragile alliance with Sandstorm and plunge them into an even darker world.
Secure your access to the best Manhwa recaps before the algorithm hides them. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Young Master Yuda is on edge. He's been summoned by the Fairy Queen, and it's not about a social call. He's worried the Fairy Queen only meets those who've proven themselves useful, and that rare, powerful fairy is at the center of it all.
Stop. You're wrong.
But young Master Yuda isn't the only one on high alert. Miss Cordelia just had a run-in with a group of fairies, and their queen invited her to an evening of entertainment. She's not sure what to make of it. She's not one to shy away from danger, but the Fairy Queen's reputation precedes her.
I don't trust this.
Miss Cordelia's smile falters, and she looks at young Master Yuda with concern. I have a feeling that's not what you want to hear. Her words are laced with empathy.
Sandstorm charges into view, her eyes blazing with determination. She sees Yutter and her face twists in a scowl.
You crazy wretch, what are you doing here? She spits, her voice venomous. She's not happy to see him, that's for sure. The tension between them is palpable, and for a moment, it seems like they're about to clash. But then, something flickers in her eyes, a glimmer of recognition, of understanding. She takes a step back, her hand on her chest, and her voice loses some of its venom.
Sorry, love you, she says, her words a jarring contrast to her earlier tone. The hell are you saying?
What comes next changes everything. They have a choice to make, and it's going to decide the fate of this world.
Yutter's world begins to shatter as Sandstorm Rex violently bursts into view, her blazing eyes fixed on him, twisting her face into a scorching scowl that ignites a fierce conflict. Viola's heart aches as she grapples with the weight of her choices, her innocence lost amidst the escalating turmoil that threatens to consume her friends and the world around her.
Only the most dedicated readers make it to the end. You're already one of them. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Lucas is a traitor, standing alongside the very people he's supposed to protect. It's a punch to the gut, a betrayal that cuts deep. The knights of Count Crossviland and Viscount Lang arrive today, but I know Lucas' true intentions. He's playing both sides, hiding his tracks like a snake in the grass. His eyes flicker with each glance, and I know he's not the man I thought I could trust.
Stop him.
His hands won't stop moving. He checks the exit, his eyes darting between the crowd. Lucas has been playing this game for years, and I thought I knew his moves, but now I'm not so sure.
And that's not even the worst part. What are they hiding? What's going to happen when Yutter finds out the truth? Sayo, is that so? Yutter's getting frustrated, feeling like he's being kept from the truth. He wants to know about the witch's forest, but his uncle's secretive. Yutter's hands are clenched, his jaw set. What's his uncle hiding?
Yutter's uncle finally yields, allowing him to read the next volume of his mother's book. But the secrets within only deepen the mysteries surrounding his family's past. Yutter's emotional stakes are higher than ever as he gains a crucial piece of information, but also loses a fragment of his innocence, forever altering his perception of the world. As Yutter delves deeper into the truth about his mother's book, he finds himself at a crossroads, unsure if he's prepared to confront the darkness that's been hidden for so long, leaving the outcome hanging precariously in the balance.
Every week there's a new chapter. Every week people miss it without the subscription. Don't be one of them. Manwa with Hari. The Witch's Forest. It's Thinamioff Field, Trafalgar Forestel. After our adventure, we'd better greet North Earn Viscount you. You're much brah. Pretty in washing him into thinking Thizisan Adventure. Not only is Lucas not ested plan a he do 771. This ahead of time? Zachnh nothity think about it though, something feels off. That odd tone Thaith's benissing on Lucas, and also how heeked if all of this was planned because he trusted his own skills. Job back on Earth. Was being a scammer? I can already tell what you're thinking. I was an ordinary citizen that paid his taxes and followed T seriously. Anyways, let's start heading out. Hangovers and taxes. He was a ma. Working in. Is he? The fuck? Want me to bite you first then? I was just joking, but I'll pass. Bibeltoswell etis use this to avoid getting separated. W just told me that in the first place. Seriously though, her waist is really thin. What's wrong? Why are you putting thighs in Lady Cordelia's waist? Based on the circumstances, it seems like a small group of the guards were caught trapped inside the barrier. And that's not even the worst part. As Dorian pointed out, the barrier is supposed to be impenetrable. Echo and Kai are reassure each other, but it's clear they're both thinking the same thing. What if they can't get out?
Based on the circumstances, it seems that a small group of the guards were caught trapped inside the barrier.
The Northern Viscount Dorian just dropped a bombshell. There's a small group of guardians trapped inside, and if they can find the seal, they might be able to free them.
Echo is torn between his desperation to escape the barrier and his growing distrust of Nora's mysterious message, as the weight of their situation threatens to crush him. Echo's fear of being trapped is now a tangible reality, and the uncertainty of his future hangs precariously in the balance, forcing him to confront the true cost of his actions. The cryptic message from Nora has left Echo and his companions on edge, as the silence that follows is oppressive, and the realization that they are completely at her mercy hangs in the air like a challenge.
When the anime adaptation gets announced, you'll already know the whole story. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Lady Cordelia's voice wasn't the only one echoing through the void, and that's exactly what sealed their fate. Brian moves before the others can even react, his eyes locked onto the figure ahead. The air is thick with tension as the group hesitates at the edge of the clearing. Connor's eyes dart between Brian and the figure, a mix of confusion and fear written across his face.
What's going on?
The cost of their hesitation is already clear as the figure begins to move forward, its presence seeming to draw the very life force out of the air. A figure emerges from the shadows, and Brian can see the seal of silence around her. But the real problem is already in motion. What if the seal is more than they can handle?
The seal of silence is suddenly broken, unleashing a torrent of power that threatens to consume everything in its path, as Lady Cordelia's voice echoes in Outboxer 009's mind. Connor's faith in his plan is shaken as Lady Cordelia's words continue to haunt Outboxer 009, leaving him reeling from the realization of his own mortality and the weight of his soul. The consequences of Lady Cordelia's actions are left hanging precariously as Outboxer 009's grip on reality falters, and Connor's resolve is tested to its breaking point by the unfolding chaos.
This channel exists because of fans like you. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and keep it going. And that's not even the worst part. Cordelia's begging for mercy. She's trying to get help, but it's like nobody's listening. She's got this hotkey thing she's heard of, and she's praying that it's real. She's got 3 minutes left before the demon shows up, and she's running out of options. She's got to think fast, or she's gonna be the one who gets destroyed.
Ending maker, please.
And that's not even the worst part. SF Ultimate Footwork. Oh, it's fast. Thank you, young Master Lucas. You're welcome. Anyways, in order T while we did level up after defeating the demon, even with Valestin's mag. In the end, we'll need Tobolivian Cordelia. Gather the mana. Mana. Use it. Use it. Key.
Cordelia coughs, her body racked with pain. Brian sees the toll her magic is taking on her. She's aware of the risks, but she's driven by something deeper. Using my magic recklessly only worsens the recoil, she says, her voice strained. Cordelia's words are laced with fear, with a sense of desperation. Brian can see the struggle on her face. She's fighting to maintain control. But I'm the only one who can hear your voice, she says, her voice barely above a whisper. Cordelia's eyes lock onto Brian's, a plea for understanding. What's driving her? What's at stake? Hoff whiff.
Cordelia's desperate attempts to harness her magic come at a harrowing cost as the recoil ravages her body, her screams echoing through the desolate wasteland in a heart-wrenching display of reckless determination. Cordelia's resolve has ignited a fierce inner fire, yet at an unbearable price. Her health is dwindling, her once sharp mind clouded by the strain of her reckless magic, her very life force hanging precariously in the balance. The stakes have never been higher as Brian's concerns for Cordelia's well-being are overshadowed by the growing threat of their unknown enemy, who now seems poised to strike with merciless precision, leaving the duo on the brink of destruction.
Why watch anyone else when you've already found the pinnacle? Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Brian. Magic is unraveling my very soul, faster than my healing can even patch the tears. I feel it eating away at me, my power surging wildly, and my 9 severed meridians throbbing like 1,000 knives. I'm desperate, I need to control it before it's too late. My child, my innocent child, is at stake here. I won't let it harm them. I try to concentrate, to focus my energy, but it's like a wild beast, impossible to tame. I grit my teeth, clenching my fists, and force myself to push forward. I can feel the recoil building, but I won't back down. Not yet. Arya, stop. You can't do this. Brian, I have to try. What does she mean? Cordelia's words cut through the chaos, and OK realizes the truth. His power is the problem. But what else could be the solution? He looks at Cordelia, and she's already leading him somewhere. He feels a strange connection, like they're sharing a secret.
Lady Cordelia. Young Master Yuta.
Outboxer 009's body screams in agony as his magic rages out of control. He glances down, seeing his HP dwindling fast. He's desperate for a solution. Cordelia's eyes flash with anger, refusing to let him have the upper hand. OK grits his teeth, unleashing a massive blast.
Stop. You're wrong.
The real problem is already in motion. OK's desperate attempts to control his power only make it worse. A massive shockwave ripples through the air, sending the guards stumbling back. OK looks at Cordelia, searching for answers, but her eyes only reflect a mix of curiosity and concern. What does this new skill unlock, and what are the consequences of his newfound abilities? And that's not even the worst part. OK's child is at stake, and the conflict with the Holy Cross guards may harm them. The desperation in OK's eyes grows, as he struggles to comprehend the true extent of his powers and the danger they pose. OK's power overflows with unbridled ferocity as he desperately attempts to comprehend its true nature, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake and shattering the fragile balance of the world. OK's emotional foundation is shaken as the weight of his child's safety crushes him, while also revealing a glimmer of a newfound understanding and respect from Cordelia in the heat of the chaos. The Holy Cross guards close in, their menacing intent palpable, as OK teeters on the precipice of a catastrophic confrontation, his uncontrolled power threatening to engulf them all in its destructive vortex. The next chapter drops soon. Don't be the last one to find out. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Lady Cordelia sees a ghost standing behind Master Yuta, a face from her darkest nightmare. She stumbles back, eyes wide open. The witch's voice echoes in her mind, making it hard to breathe. Panic claws at her chest. She tries to pull away, but her bandages hinder her movements. The witch's voice grows louder, her words indistinguishable. Lady Cordelia realizes she's trapped in a nightmare. The cost of waking up is clear. The forest will soon be breached. What if she can't escape the witch's grasp? What kind of horrors await her outside? Lady Cordelia, young Master Yuta, and the knights breathe a collective ha of relief as the witch's voice fades away. Lucas gives her a new engagement ring, one that looks like it's been passed down.
Since they're new engagement rings, there should be two. I have something for you this time too.
Lucas hands her another ring, and Lady Cordelia realizes that her father's voice is on the message spell. She assumes he meant to remove the jewel to avoid injuring her hand.
Also,
Lady Cordelia is reassured the old man, but Yuta can tell she's not buying it. He thinks back to the original story. He remembers Viscount Northern being a kind person. He looks at Lady Cordelia, and she nods in agreement.
This old man knows nothing.
The old man is taking them to their rooms, trying to ease their worries. Yuta feels a pang of gratitude towards him. Lady Cordelia is smiling weakly, but he can see the concern in her eyes.
You must be tired. We can greet each other properly tomorrow morning. It must have been a gruesome journey. Get some rest.
Lady Cordelia is reassured Yuta, but he can sense her unease.
Cordelia's eyes are shining with tears as the magic flows through her. But at what terrible cost has Lucas's gift exacted on her delicate soul? Outboxer 009's surge of power is tempered by the weight of Cordelia's hidden pain, a burden now shared between them, and the emotional stakes are raised to a heart-wrenching level. As Yuder's unease deepens, Lady Cordelia's eyes flicker towards young Master Yuda, her expression a mask of concern, and the shadows of Viscount Northern's estate loom large behind her, a foreboding presence.
I read the raw chapters so you don't have to. Pay it forward and subscribe to Manwa with Hari. The countdown begins, and Jack's life clock ticks away with only 1 hour left. Brian feels the weight of his actions. He's been in this game world for what feels like an eternity, and he's got nothing to show for it. Now, his rival's here, and things are about to get a whole lot worse. Jack's fate is in his hands, and he knows it. The stakes are higher now, and Jack's got to think fast. His goal is clear: save Jack's life and prevent the apocalypse. But what's in the way? His own lack of experience in this game world, and his rival's skills that far surpass his own. Kook, are you hurt anywhere, young Master Lucas? I'm fine, but there is a PR the Knights? We can use the back entrance to get out. Wait, Cordelia. Cordelia's suggestion is the only way to get out of this situation. Luke is already freaking out. His hands won't stop moving. He checks the exit twice.
Stop. We don't know what's ahead of us.
Cordelia's about to make a move. Luke's already off, but she's hesitating. What's holding her back? The unknown threat is closing in. The Viscount Northern is shouting orders. Luke's not even listening. He's too caught up in trying to protect Cordelia. The ground is still shaking.
Viscount Northern.
Luke's desperate dash for escape is halted by a blindingly bright newcomer who towers over him, leaving the fate of Cordelia and their entire mission hanging precariously in the balance. Cordelia's hesitation has cost her a crucial moment, leaving her vulnerable to the unknown threat closing in, while Luke's selfless protection has opened him up to catastrophic consequences. As Viscount Northern's orders go unheeded and the ground continues to shake, the stage is set for a potentially devastating showdown that will push the heroes to their limits and beyond.
Don't settle for mediocre robotic recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari for cinematic storytelling. Oh, the gravity field's been released. Rather than being released, I guess it'd be more accurate to say it's been obliterated. 1// to think he'd come at a time like this. Young Master Lucas is that person? Yes, he promised he would come. The man that I respect. The guy. Kook. Koo. Don't get too close. Get away from him. You made the right decision. However, Woyoag. Kook. Surjan K.M. Dahlia. Are you? Mingsheng? W.H. what? Milady. Cordelia. Ak.
Yuder Bale's abilities are rooted in the 9 Heavens 9 Gates martial art, a style that's rumored to be unbeatable. Dorian is desperate to learn this technique, hoping to turn the tide of the battle. Yuder's skills are a closely guarded secret, but Dorian is determined to uncover them. Yuder's abilities are a result of his years of training and his innate talent.
Unlocking 9 Heavens 9 Gates technique. Yuder's secrets are about to be revealed.
He has no idea what's waiting. Yuder Bale's past is shrouded in mystery, but one thing is clear. He's a master of the 9 Heavens 9 Gates martial art. Luke takes a deep breath and focuses on the task at hand. He knows Dorian's tactics, knows how to counter them. He begins to weave a defense, his movements fluid and precise. The young master presses his attack, but Luke is ready.
You got angry at me last time, when I awakened the boss mob without telling you.
Dorian's eyes flash with anger, but he quickly regains control. He attacks again, his blade flashing in the dim light. Luke dodges and weaves, avoiding the deadly strikes by a hair's breadth. But the real problem is already in motion. Red-headed warrior archer appears on the scene, her sword at the ready. Luke's vision blurs as Dorian unleashes a devastating counterattack, his movements lightning fast and ruthless, leaving Luke's exhaustion-fueled defense teetering on the brink of collapse. Luke's unwavering determination to master the 9 Heavens 9 Gates martial art comes at a steep emotional cost, as the harsh training pushes him to his limits, testing his limits of endurance and willpower. The battle between Luke and Dorian reaches a critical turning point as Dorian's grip on his sword tightens, his eyes burning with a fierce intensity, threatening to shatter Luke's fragile defenses and send him tumbling into the unknown.
You're already watching. The next step is obvious. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari like the rest of the fans. The Sun Fire Bloom's legend is about to become a devastating reality. The young master, who's been acting strange, asks Lucas to join him on a potentially perilous search for the rare flower. Lucas is hesitant, but the young master convinces him to come along, and they're joined by Dorian and Rex. The group is heading into the frozen wasteland of Frostenville, where the Sunfire Bloom is said to bloom. They'll need to be prepared for the harsh conditions and the deadly creatures that inhabit the area.
Cold weather goods?
Dorian finally finds a rival he's been asking for, and he's not going to let it slip away. Ivy's already in position, ready to pounce. Dorian's legs won't move of their own accord.
Of course not.
Bale's laughter echoes through the training grounds. He's in the perfect position to train his upper body, and he's not going to let the opportunity pass. Bale's training with Sirlandius is a farce, a facade hiding his true intentions. His goal is to unlock the 9 gates, but the obstacle is his own body, which refuses to grow at the rate he expects. His hands won't stop moving, and he checks the exit twice. He's about to make a decision that will change everything.
You are not qualified for this.
Bale's hands tremble as he looks at Sirlandius. His master's words echo in his mind. This technique is not for the faint of heart. His goal is to open the first gate, but the obstacle is his own doubt. He's torn between his desire for power and his fear of the unknown. His action is to begin the training, but the cost is his own exhaustion.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Bale is on the cusp of a major breakthrough, but he's still hesitant to commit to the training. His goal is to reach the 24th Gale step to master the 9 gates. The obstacle is his own fear of failure, his own limitations. His action is to start the training, but the cost is his own vulnerability.
Bale's fate hangs by a thread as he's forced to confront the harsh reality of his own limitations, his body trembling with the weight of his impossible dream. Bale's obsession with the 9 gates has left him with a crushing sense of self-doubt, his confidence shattered by the brutal truth of his own inadequacy, his heart heavy with the weight of his failures. Titan's ominous warning still resonates in Bale's mind. You are not qualified for this, leaving him teetering on the edge of a catastrophic decision, his very future hanging precariously in the balance.
I spend hours crafting these recaps so you can enjoy them in minutes. If you appreciate that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Cordelia's ranking is a joke now. You thought you were the best, but Ivy has surpassed you in a single day. I'm not even sure how she managed to open the first gate so quickly. The pressure's on and you can feel it in your bones. You're the master here, but your training's been stagnant. That's what comes with complacency.
Stop. You're wrong.
And that's not even the worst part. Seeing Thiaung Lady Wei Cupi Simplice Journame Luxlik huh? I was training and then this Binade Sincio learned the technique. Did you notice how despite you not waking up, Sirlandius said T. What? Thing Abu. Her. To think Humanigetto opened the first gate within a day of Yodhisage again.
What in the world? It is the Count's orders after worrying over you, young master. But still young master. Sirlandiusis headed towards Thethunderdome Fortress to meet with Count Mko. Master tries to intervene, but Cordelia is determined to prove her point. Meanwhile, Sirlandius is observing the scene from a distance, his expression unreadable.
The warrior of the sun will face grave danger.
Cordelia's plan is to create survival routes for characters that can help them, but Master is skeptical. He thinks they're taking unnecessary risks. Sir Landius, however, is in agreement with Cordelia.
We'll create survival routes for characters that can help us.
The scene is intense, with Master and Cordelia locked in a heated discussion. Sir Landius stands by, his eyes fixed on the pair. The outcome is far from certain.
Sir Landius's presence sends shockwaves as an unseen figure emerges from the darkness, redefining the fragile balance of power within the Ending Maker's twisted game. Master's growing unease and Cordelia's resolute determination hang precariously in the air, the weight of their conflicting objectives threatening to shatter the delicate bonds of trust and loyalty. The silence that follows Master's anguished expression is oppressive, heavy with the ominous promise of a long-buried truth that may shatter the fragile alliances forever, leaving only devastation in its wake.
Everyone who finished this video subscribed. Be like everyone. Hit the button Manwa with Hari. Beam. Perfect. I'll be sure to ready an antidote. Is there any then? I guess this is goodbye for now. I'll meet with the Countess Planet and come see you after I'm done then, my disciple. Young lady, and Lucas. Oh, yes. Sir La, I may be leaving, but do not cry. Unnecessary tears cause moo-ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha, ha. He must be from a different genre. Should we return since the Master has left? Take that so. Young Master Yuda, Lady Cordelia. Well, I have something I need to tell you. Ending Maker what? You can't go to Frost and Ville? It's because that there has been two separate attacks with the demon Warsher, right? The target of the demon's hand is us three, or at Leah exposed. Then, Yuder Bale looks at the Master, searching for answers. He wants to believe in the Master's plan, but his doubts are eating away at him. He's starting to question the Master's motives. This is a turning point in their relationship. Yuder Bale meets Lucas and Cordelia, who seem friendly and welcoming. Lucas offers to give them a tour of Weldforner, and they accept. Yuder Bale is excited, but he's also cautious. He doesn't know Lucas and Cordelia well, and he's not sure if they can be trusted. He's trying to read their intentions, but his mind is a jumble of conflicting emotions. This is a new experience for him, but he's not sure if he's ready. The Master attempts to reassure Cordelia that Dahlia will be fine, but his words only fuel her anxiety. The uncertainty of Dahlia's fate and the looming threat of the apocalyptic game world hang precariously in the balance.
As long as she returns to get it broken, she'll be fine.
Landius remains calm, his logic a stark contrast to Cordelia's turmoil. His words seem to soothe her slightly, but the unease still lingers. Cordelia tries to reassure herself, but the weight of her responsibilities and the risk to her people threatens to overwhelm her. She ponders how to protect them and what it takes to do so.
Cordelia's world is shattered as she's forced to confront the daunting reality of her responsibilities, her people's safety hanging precariously in the balance of an ever-looming apocalypse. Cordelia's unshakable resolve is forged in the fire of desperation, her unwavering determination to protect those she cares about a stark reminder of the unrelenting weight she now carries, her heart heavy with the weight of her choices. As Cordelia charges forward with an unyielding determination, the Master's words still echoing in her mind, Dahlia's fate remains shrouded in uncertainty, her very existence now a ticking time bomb waiting to unleash chaos upon the group.
Secure your access to the best Manhwa recaps before the algorithm hides them. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Fabian's got a plan to reach their destination without any trouble, and he thinks he's got it on lock. His customer is counting on him, and he's making sure the horse can handle the weight of 2 passengers. But there's one thing that's got him uneasy: the guards at the gate. The guards are tired, and Fabian knows them. He decides to give them some rest and a bit of coin to sweeten the deal. It's a risk, but it's one he's willing to take. He's not looking to make any enemies here. What about the guards at the gate? Looks like he doesn't intend to tell me.
Okay, so Wolden that Minor next destination would Bethland off barbarity, and after we managed Tosavarina, I was planning on doing something INT second hint, just like how it was discovered Thaddeus Hadabity off Heavenly Tell. Fabian and his customer are now discussing the customer's hidden character setting, which will allow him to unlock new abilities. The customer mentions his goal of mastering the ancestral regression, a feat that will grant him immense power. Brian is intrigued by the customer's ambition, but he's also wary of the costs involved. The customer's words are laced with a hint of confidence, and Brian can sense his determination.
Second hint, just like how it was discovered that Yuda had a body of heavenly talents.
Outboxer 009 and Uterbale are discussing their escape plan. They meet a customer who's been camping nearby, and the conversation turns to the silver fairies that only appear near a frozen river during the night. Uterbale seems to know what she's talking about, and Outboxer 009 is intrigued. The customer's innocent remark has just opened a door to a possible clue.
The silver fairies.
What comes next changes everything. They might have stumbled upon a crucial piece of information. Outboxer 009 and Uterbale have encountered some kids who want to play. They seem to be enjoying themselves, but this is a perfect opportunity for the Risvelg family to intervene.
Outboxer 009 and Uterbale's escape plan is put to the ultimate test as they navigate the city's treacherous landscape, avoiding detection by cunning guards and mysterious forces seeking to stop them cold in their tracks. Ivy's determination to protect her loved ones has reached a boiling point, forcing her to confront the harsh realities of their desperate situation, and the weight of her decisions is crushing her with each passing moment. As the stakes reach a fever pitch, Outboxer 009 and Uterbale's fragile alibi hangs in the balance, waiting to be shattered by the Risvelg family's arrival, leaving the duo vulnerable to exposure and devastating consequences.
I spend hours crafting these recaps so you can enjoy them in minutes. If you appreciate that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. You too. Jonchu wanna come play with us? Perha because it's APS Judend. Cordelia they showed up right away. They all smiles. Haha, Aicho is that. Fairy's footsteps? What? Fairy's footsteps. The bait. The setting is such that the winter fairy. Queen considers Falfera Queen a rival. So, there's no way Wu Jusseltit slide after seeing this item. The queen gave it to me herself. Techu Queen Rolella herself. You're right. Deceive you too. Gerd's being polite, but her words are laced with a hint of warning. She's talking about the Fall Fairy Queen, who granted Yuda the staff as a reward for attending the banquet. Yuda's trying to process this, but Cordelia's interrupting him. She's telling him that the staff is more than just a souvenir. It's a powerful item.
What? Not just the fairy footsteps, but the moonlight staff too? The answer is already too late.
Yuda and Cordelia are sharing a heartfelt moment. Yuda's eyes convey a deep sense of sincerity. He's pouring out his feelings, hoping to keep her by his side forever. Yuda and Cordelia are basking in the warmth of their newfound connection. The atmosphere is light, and their conversation is effortless. They're laughing, joking, and sharing stories. What's clear is that they've both let their guards down, and that's when the magic happens.
Little star again, so I listened to the fairy's request. But still, how can you say those lines with a straight face? Ah, that was so embarrassing. I can't take it. Why are you more embarrassed than me?
The fairy's recital has been a surprise hit, and Yuda is beaming with pride. He's thrilled to have been a part of it, and that's what makes this moment so special.
The answer is already too late, as Yuda and Cordelia's moments of connection are brutally disrupted by a sudden and inexplicable twist that leaves their relationship in shambles. Cordelia has reached a turning point, gaining a glimmer of hope in her desperate quest for belonging. but it comes at the cost of Yuda's increasingly fragile emotional state, pushing him to the brink of collapse. Yuda and Cordelia's future hangs precariously in the balance as they're left reeling from the unexpected consequences of their actions. With no clear path forward to repair the damage that's been done, and time is running out.
Picture your feed filled with only the best, high-quality recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and make it happen. Ida, bring that here. Yes, your majesty. Here it is. Fairy feather, a mysterio, it must before own person Susa. I heard through the cracks of time that there's only a single. Cheat? That's right. The method is fairly simple. That woof you, just like this. You just need to use a twile holden one feather in purpose. Alright then, it is now time for us to part ways. I wish you to happily ever after. Yanana, sure. We'll get going. That. Should I do it? Or will you? Oh, I'll do.
It's trying to get to Frost Anvil, but...
And
Are hot on his heels. What does want? He wants to get to Frost Anvil, but...
is determined to get there first. The problem is S got a personal stake in this, his partner's life is on the line, is ruthless, and S got to be just as ruthless to get ahead.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Spots.
And
making their way to Frost Anvil. He's got to move fast if he wants to stop them.
And that's not even the worst part, is get to Frost Anvil before.
and
But the odds are against him.
Brian's Echo is about to make contact with Chief, but the odds are stacked against him as Blaze and Ivy close in on their meeting point, threatening to derail the entire operation. The emotional stakes are higher than ever, as Brian's trust in Chief has been shaken, and their alliance hangs precariously in the balance, fueled by desperation and dwindling hope. The cliffhanger looms large as Anna's ominous warning signals a catastrophic outcome. If they fail to capture Cordelia Chase, the entire plan will implode, plunging the world into chaos and destruction.
Are you a casual reader or a true fan? Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari to make it official.